How does it look? Does it look cool?
Backdoors and Blindsides starts now.
Yay! Yay, Rob! Yay!
Woo!
It's over. Traitors Season 4 is over here on Backdoors and Blindsides. We are finishing up our coverage of this season, talking the finale of Season 4 of the Traitors U.S. on Peacock. We're counting Episode 11, Leap of Faith, as well as Episode 12, The Reunion. And the son of a bitch did it. He pulled it off. Handsome, beautiful, intelligent Rob made it all the way to the fucking end. Won a shit ton of money for himself. Major props to our boy.
Yeah, I mean,
America's boy.
I knew episodes ago that we were watching a Rob runaway show.
Yeah.
And you can never be too certain with reality TV because sometimes production really likes to fuck with you. They like to stoke these flames and then let them like burn out very quickly after. And you're like, oh, what was all that for, right? They gotta add in the drama and inflate things and make things an issue that maybe weren't before. So the fact that it actually happened is absolutely amazing. Like, this was Rob's season. He will go down as one of the best traitors ever to play rivalry, matching Suri.
That's the thing, is his first attempt on a competition reality. I mean, I guess we're not really counting Love Island as competition reality, even though there is like elimination and reward and stuff like that. Like a true like game show. And he pulls off what only Suri has managed to pull off, who's on a lot of people's like Survivor Mount Rushmore, the greatest player to never win.
Yep.
My personal favorite Survivor player. Like, fuck yeah, dude. That is no small feat. And he's one of just a small handfuls who's actually pulled it off, like with a partner or not.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So honestly, awesome. And the guy's been strategic from the beginning. We will get into how he got there, the choices that he made at the very end in the fire of truth. But first, let's start with the opening of episode 11, the final murder for the traitors.
The plain sight coffin murder.
Right. So we open to Alan and the entire crew standing outside of the castle in the courtyard. There's an open coffin inside a circle of black gravel. Once again, it's announced that the murder will be announced in front of everyone. That individual will be removed from the game. There isn't a lot of buildup after that. We just kind of get right into it. And we left off the last episode with two different what would you do scenarios. You said kill Maura to take all of the attention off of Rob. I said kill Tara to isolate Johnny so that he can't make a case against anyone else, even if you have Mark and Johnny.
And the secret third option of Mark was what actually came to fruition.
They actually ended up killing Mark, and I'll be honest, for a little bit, I thought that they had really fucked up.
Yeah.
And on it, like, and I will say props to Traitors. I will compliment the Peacock production team here. They do a great job in the edit of these like final episodes of the show to really keep you guessing. And that's hard to do when you're watching other shows because it's funny enough, like Rob C mentions this in the reunion, you know all of the truths in Survivor. Like you know where everyone lies, and you don't know that both as a player in Traitors, but also as an audience member, because they have the advantage of filming that they tape all of this ahead of time and they present it like like a movie almost instead of a docuseries. So,
yeah, and this murder in the coffin with the black gravel of fire around is absolutely hilariously ridiculous. It's unnecessarily theatrical. It's big, over the top, all for Mark to just walk over and lay in a coffin. Like, it's so unnecessary, and I love it. Like, it is just this spectacle that doesn't need to happen, and I love that it's happening.
Well, and then Alan lights the circle on fire once the coffin shuts. It's got to be fucking hot in there. I don't know if they brought him out or not.
There's no way Mark is
You think
actually
they left him in there?
No.
I guess everyone just had, like, they lead him away and no one can say anything, right? Because there's not really a moment. That's what's interesting about, like, the Black Banquet. Jam got taken away and he got to shout, "It was Lisa, it was Lisa." But kind of in any other instance, when it's like kind of a public-ish murder, you can't really say anything. I don't think Mark would have been allowed to say, "Well, you guys know it's Rob now." Maybe they have to, like, present that rule to him ahead of time. But
I would just like to think that Mark was in the coffin as it was lit, and they all stood around in a semicircle observing the fire for a minute, and then Alan was like, "All right, time to go back inside." And then everyone just, like, about faces and leaves. And then, like, slowly Mark opens the coffin and he's looking around like, guys. And then it's just, like, cut to him, like, 4 hours later. He's sitting crisscross applesauce in the middle of the circle, still waiting for the fire to die down.
Dude, that'd be so funny. I do wish that we got a little more of the, like a shot of him inside the coffin, you know, if we light up the circle or not.
Yeah.
Just so you let him act a little bit. He's a performer.
Yeah.
But we get into breakfast the next day and there's no who got killed. There's no surprise to who walks in through the door because you know who's left in the game.
The only surprise, though, is, well, maybe at this point it isn't a surprise because we've gone a whole season with it, is Maura's hat.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is up with her hats?
Dude, I think she wears a hat in every episode.
I think so. I don't think we see her bare head at all.
She's wearing beanies in a lot of the missions.
Yeah. But, like, she has
weird.
like really, like, nice, thick, shiny, voluptuous hair.
You think she's getting ratatouille'd?
She could be getting
I know
ratatouille.
we did this with Vince in Big Brother last season. Maura could be getting ratatouille.
She could be.
Maybe it's not her fault that she was really dumb the entire season.
There's a little
and
rat
fucked up so many times,
holding on to the reins of her hair and controlling her. Which, like, she needed all the help she could get the entire season. So, like, that would probably be to her advantage if she was getting ratatouille'd.
So bad for her. Like, I don't...
No, I do too.
Like, we kill her because it's just... we're doing a show, and it's funny to kill the people, to rag on the people who just are very good on the game. But, like, genuinely felt so fucking sorry for her by the end of this.
Yeah, I mean, she even, when she walks into breakfast, she's talking about how it takes a lot for her to trust.
I can't believe
man that she's ever dated has cheated on her. And I was like,
they're doing her so dirty.
Buddy. And then you have Rob being like, you know, Maura is his queen on his chessboard, and he just needs her to vote out Johnny and Tara so him and Eric can win. And I'm like, this feels kind of icky, calling her, like, this queen, which is, like, this very prestigious, noble chess piece, right? And then just being like, I need you to do my dirty work, Maura, so I can go on and win almost 250K, and you get nothing.
It's such a bummer.
And yeah, he says, quote, "I built a relationship with Maura this entire game. I need it to pay off now." And I was like, it just feels a little dirty, but I know he's playing the game, and I, you know, commend him for playing as hard and as manipulative as he is, but, like, it still feels not great, especially if you're Maura.
It's a bummer to watch, and I don't agree with, like, the people saying that, like, Rob is being a misogynist in the way that he's playing the game. Like, he's just playing the fucking game. And also, like, Rob was set up to win kind of from the start because the Faithfuls have been really bad. Like, this,
horrible.
He manipulated. That's his role as a traitor. There were moments where I think it was so easy for him. Dude, no one wrote his name down until Candace, and then no one believed Candace for, like, 3 or 4 more shows after that. So it's everyone else's fault.
In the reunion, she's like, I tried to tell y'all, I tried to leave my breadcrumbs, and no one wanted it. And everyone's like, oh yeah, sorry, Candace. Like,
it's just as much the Faithful's fault as it is his cunning that got him to the end. So, did he take Maura for a ride? Sure, but I mean, also that's the fucking game.
It was his job.
Dude.
That's what he was there to do.
And that's what he did in the last season, or in the first season.
Absolutely. But another very important moment at breakfast is the fact that Rob ate another hard-boiled egg, which brings us to our ongoing segment, this episode, this finale episode of Traitors 4. Matt brings to you
the Rowdy reality Rob Rausch murder memorial egg suck. I have in front of me 9 hard-boiled eggs, one for each faithful that was murdered over the course of this season.
He promised you last episode that he was going to do it, and he is delivering right now.
I said originally I was toying with the idea of a dozen, but I want to keep it in line with the journey that we've been on with the show. I have here a list of every faithful who was murdered up until the very end of the season, and I will, throughout the course of this episode, I think I'm going to set a timer, maybe like one every 5 minutes is where we'll start. We'll go from there, because this episode is going to run long to begin with. One hard-boiled egg. So I guess, I'll get started here.
So I will say, too, if you're only listening to this, you better switch over to YouTube and start watching it. You better watch my husband suck some eggs. Go over there. Don't say anything mean to him. Watch him suck some eggs. You got a lot in your lap over there.
I know,
a lot to manage.
High station.
We got some pepper happening. We got some salt
I'm
happening.
gonna get salt all over the carpet.
Yeah, we had to pre-make some eggs for this show.
Okay.
Matt got me an egg cooker for Christmas that we put to great use. We'll see how the hard-boiled eggs turn. I've only used it
for
for
the podcast.
Yeah, I've only used it for jammy eggs for our homemade ramen.
I didn't get any napkins.
That sucks.
That's a huge bummer.
A huge bummer.
Okay. So
little egg fingies the whole season, whole episode.
I gotta face this whole thing, right?
You do it however you feel inspired to do it.
Like I said,
You can change it up throughout too.
I'm doing this for 3 reasons. I am memorializing our fallen traitors, or our fallen faithfuls, rather. I am paying respect to Rob's fabulous game that he played, and I'm defending my own honor, because I think that, as I love Rob, but I think that we've gone a little too far on this show, and I need to step up.
You mean I've gone a little too far?
I need to remind my co-hosts what Matt's all about.
You have to remind your co-host, or you have to remind your wife?
I ask myself that question every fucking day since we started the show.
So who was our first egg honoring?
This egg is for Ian Terry, winner of Big Brother. Arguably, not so arguably, maybe the smartest of all of the faithfuls when the show started out. A clear, excellent choice for your first murder.
Excellent.
I think we're not doing that.
No.
We're not doing the egg puns.
You teed me up for it. You can't tee me up for a pun and not expect I lean into it.
Fair. I would have killed Ian right away if I was a traitor. The first excellent move, fucking fuck, that Rob and his fellow traitors made. I mean, let's give some credit, partial credit to Lisa, Candace, and Donna.
Shout out all 3 of them. Ian spent the rest of his plane ride home wishing he was dumber, is what he said.
This one's for you. Shout out Big Brother. It's still my favorite of all of these shows. R.I.P. Ian.
Oh, he put the whole thing in. Oh, he's eating it.
It's not that hard.
Is the yolk soft in the middle? Is it like
perfectly cooked?
Oh,
it
yeah?
was pretty easy to peel too.
Nice.
Shout out Cuisinart.
Oh?
It's fine. Shut up.
Okay, he's choking on the egg. We're going in for some water now to wash it down. I feel like hard-boiled eggs always have this like dryness about them in a weird way.
It's got to be. I don't know how that came out in the podcast mic. If you've got a lav mic, that's got to be disgusting for your sound team.
What, eating on an egg like that?
Yeah. Maybe I'll put headphones on for the next one, see how it sounds.
Okay.
Okay.
You can bleep it out, dial it down.
I'm gonna start a timer for 5 minutes. We'll resume the murder memorial. Eggs suck. I can't get away from eggs on podcasts, apparently.
No, you can't.
We were talking about that. I was talking about that with Othello on IDM the other night. It's just, I guess it's part of my DNA, part of my brand. It's sucking down eggs. So let's get back to breakfast. Johnny enters the room. Sorry, hang on.
Oh my God. Why don't you set the iPad off to the side?
I need the iPad. It's my show sheet.
I thought you have a printed version of your show sheet.
I stopped using that.
Okay.
So,
Mr. Save the Trees or something over here.
Before Johnny enters, Rob is with Maura and Eric at breakfast, and he tells them the plan is Johnny, then Tara. And this is the first time that Maura kind of perks up and goes, wait a second, because that's a very finite plan far in advance when there's only 5 people left in the game.
He's playing hard and very intentionally.
Because he's talking not
very
just
vocally.
about, he's not just talking about the final banishment in the first part of the game. He's talking about banishing someone at the fire of truth as well. That is like, okay, he has been thinking about exactly how this game needs to end, and it doesn't include some people that might actually be faithfuls after all.
And the only, I feel like, way to success Johnny and Tara have in front of them is trying to convince Maura to vote out and banish Eric. Don't try to get Rob right now, right? Johnny thinks it's Rob and Eric, but to get Maura more comfortable, you need to get her to get out Eric first, right? And we're at the point of the game where we don't get disclosed who is who. So they already shot themselves in the foot. But if you're able to get Maura to go against one of her like more outer cusp allies, which is Eric, then it'll make her more comfortable to potentially then do Rob. That is Johnny and Tara's only way to success, is to get Maura on board. But is it little too late? Which it is.
Yeah, we said last episode it was dumb of them to try and talk to Maura because you still had Natalie to maybe make some fucking waves as a team, turn your alliance of 2 into a 3, but they didn't want to do that. And I'm going to go back to it. Tara's move to just snub Natalie at the round table when they were going to try and move on Rob is what lost them. What lost everyone else.
I was watching and I was like, all the faithfuls just lost in that moment right there.
It lost the game for her, for Johnny, obviously for Natalie, for Mark, and for Maura even.
Absolutely.
So Alan comes into the room and he announces that the prize pot is at $180,800. I think at this point it has already passed the prize pot for season 3, which is awesome. They've been earning a lot in all of the challenges, aside from the Jack in the Box one where Rob and Eric intentionally sabotaged for the sake of their game. We don't have a lot much after breakfast, aside from Tara pulling Maura and telling her that Eric specifically is a traitor, and that's what they're going to move on tonight. She does not mention Rob in this moment.
Well, Johnny also is like, should we try to pull Maura in? Like to Tara? I'm like, yeah, you dumb fuck. That's the only move you have left now. There's no other moves.
There's 1 day left.
There's no other moves.
Pull out all the stops.
If you truly think Eric and Rob are traitors, you have no other options than to get Maura on board.
So
right? So I'm like, guys, this is like, you should have been thinking of this like days ago. What is happening?
Tara intentionally leaves Rob out of the conversation. Her goal is we get Maura on Eric first, then we get her to see the light and see Rob. Do you think that was a mistake? Do you think that she should have laid it all out there and said, look, we know that it's Eric and Rob. You've been getting duped this whole time?
No, because they tried to soft pitch Rob to her last episode, Tara and Natalie. And they were like, oh, it's weird that Candace had that vote, right? And Maura was like, nah, it can't be Rob, or like, I'm going to die. Like, absolutely not. And so she shut them down. So the only avenue that they had to get there was to convince her that it was Eric, make her comfortable with turning against Rob in a way, right? Because Rob didn't want her to vote Eric at all. So if they were to like ease her into like getting her to vote one of his allies out, then maybe they could like increase the stakes to get him out next. But I don't think they were going to get him out with Maura first and foremost.
Okay. I think that makes sense. I think you're right.
You have to build up to it.
Yeah, because she was so deep. Like, there was never a moment where she questioned Rob. And she really wasn't aligned with anyone else.
Getting Eric out would be like the foreplay.
Sure.
You know, like you just
get him lubed up, ready to go.
Exactly. And then you're like, all right, turn around, Maura.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So we get to the mission and Alan asks for, oh, you hear that?
Oh, before we get on to the mission, Matt has another egg to
That was
eat.
great timing, by the way.
Fantastic timing.
Let's see here.
Maybe that's what we do. We just try to like rush through a segment in order to like meet the egg milestone. Who do we have this egg for?
This egg number 2, beautiful egg, is for none other than Rob Cestarino. Rob C., our second murdered faithful, showed incredible game awareness when he chose not to participate in the conga line intended to distract the rest of the castle from the murder in plain sight. Not only did he recognize the suspicious behavior, he nailed that they were doing a murder in plain sight, which I think is a testament to having podcasters play your competition reality shows, and we would be perfect fits because we would bring that type of game to any of these types of programs.
But it was, again, a little too late for him because he was killed, even though he knew what was going on.
Exactly.
And the conga line had nothing actually to do with it. It was just a distraction, diversion.
Okay. Rob C.
We got more salt and pepper on that thing.
Shout out. Rob has a podcast. Maybe one day we can collab together. This is my offering to you. R.I.P. Rob C.
That's right. Get it in the pocket of your cheek. Really get it in there. I'm kind of jealous. I kind of want an egg now.
Well,
You want to toss one over here to me?
I used them all.
I know.
There's only 9 left.
You won't let me collaborate with you? I can't help you on this endeavor, or is this a mission that only you can do?
I told you. I do this so you don't have to.
Okay.
Although,
I mean, just one egg isn't like having to. I enjoy a hard-boiled egg every now and again.
Let me get through a couple more. Yeah, you do. Pause. Let me get through a couple more. And if I need to tap for help, I'll let you know.
Okay, yeah, just let me know. But 2 eggs, that's easy. That's just, plopping them on your plate.
I chewed that one less, and I think it helped because the yolk didn't get, like, stuck.
Like chalky, kind of?
Yeah, so I just kind of swallowed it. I think that's how Rob probably does it. He just swallows it whole, or practically whole.
Well, he likes a snake. You know, he has snake tattoos. He is quoted saying that he would just love to run around and, like, hunt and catch snakes, but he can't do that. It's not a job. But you know what is a job? Making videos of it and posting it online. So that's what he intends to do, I think, now. But, snakes kind of unhinge their jaw and, kind of suck the egg down. So that's maybe why he's inspired to eat the eggs like that.
I've always been able to take large things in my mouth.
Okay.
Pause.
Okay, babe.
I can hit a big ass sandwich, a double stack burger, whatever it is. I can normally tackle anything in one bite. It's a source of pride for me. It's a talent.
Okay.
It's that and podcasting.
Just sandwiches that he's getting in there.
Nothing else.
Nothing phallic. Nothing phallic. Nothing to see here.
Plastic, silicone. No, nothing. We get to the mission, and a helicopter soars in. Again, kind of a sister mission to the finale of the last season. We see this and it looks fucking sick. We're in the Scottish Highlands, and this stunt copter just like doing all these crazy dips and dives. And Alan asks for 2 volunteers to ride in the helicopter. Maura lights up right away, says that she has to go. She would love to go up. She's begging people to let her go. And right after that, Rob immediately steps in and insists that he also goes. And Johnny, passive-aggressive Johnny here, says, I would like for Maura to go because she clearly wants it the most. Johnny is seeing what Rob is doing here. And what Rob is doing is making sure that Maura is not alone with Johnny or Tara, and that he's with her to keep her under his thumb.
And you called that before he even said that, because he did after he says he's going to go with Maura. There's like a moment where they're like getting on the helicopter and stuff. And in that moment when we're watching live together, you were like, oh yeah, this is why he's doing it. And I was like, oh yeah, I guess that makes sense. And then he said it and I was like, wow, look at my husband think over there.
Look at me go.
Look at him go.
In the car, Tara asks Eric about suspicions of Maura. And he kind of goes, I don't know. Well, I think maybe, that's... He doesn't land it super well, where it's like, buddy, you're right there. Like, how many questions can they ask you? They're either going to ask you about Rob or Maura. Have something in the chamber.
I think Eric's biggest downfall in the entire game is not having a true number 1.
You think so?
Yes.
You think it wasn't Kristen?
No, because she attacked him at the end right before she
you're right.
left.
You're so right.
So she was onto him as potentially being a traitor, which she was right at that point, but not prior to that because, right, he was the recruited traitor. So only the last few murders he participated in. But I think, you see, Rob having his trusty sidekick, faithful and fuck buddy Maura next to him. You have Tara and Johnny. And then, Eric's just kind of floating in the middle. Yes, he has Rob, but I think he needed another ally that he could bring to the end and blindside Rob with, potentially if he needed to. Basically, Rob comes into the finale with all of the ammo. And Eric is like hoping that Rob doesn't hit the nuke button.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, look, by the end of this, we realized that Rob was prepared to cut all ties. So it was probably the right move for him. He chose someone that didn't have that true number one.
Absolutely.
That wasn't going to say, no, I don't want to kill X because I need them in this game.
Yeah.
Just isolated enough where he's well liked, but doesn't have anyone that he's going to work with closer than the traitor who just recruited him. Fuck.
Yeah.
Perfect choice. Even better than we realized.
Which isn't really articulated at all on the show, so you're welcome for us articulating it for you.
So Maura in the helicopter, they are soaring through the valleys, and they're doing, like I said, all these dips and dives and soars around.
These like tilts.
Yeah,
that I'm like,
it looks
you falling
fucking
out of there?
amazing.
Like,
They're sitting on the edge of a helicopter like they're in a movie. And this is when Maura decides to tell Rob through like the headset that she believes Eric is a traitor. And that Tara and Johnny are onto something.
Up there in the sky.
We're seeing the biggest tension of the entire season go down while flying around, doing all these crazy moves, hanging out of a helicopter. And we're seeing actual person-to-person drama unfold. Oh, fuck. All right, hang on.
Go on, finish what you were saying.
Let me finish my thought. This is peak presentation for a show like this. We are literally watching a movie.
And they can't go anywhere. They can't really like look at each other all that well because they're, making sure that they don't fall out of the helicopter. They're observing the beautiful views. And you can kind of see the fucking shit behind Rob's eyes in this moment. Like, what am I going to do? And I don't know what to do maybe right now.
Yeah, we're hugging in the helicopter until Maura drops that she might fuck this whole thing up for him. And it's amazing. How do we, if I'm in production, how do we take one of the biggest dramatic moments of the season and make it even more dramatic and cool? We put him in a fucking helicopter while it happens.
Yeah.
Amazing television. Like A+. A+ for that moment. Okay, it's time.
But we'll pause again. We interrupt this recap with Matt's continued egg suck. For our third egg of the show, he is going and reaching for Cholula. Oh, cap back on. Nope, cap off.
No, I'll do it. I want the salt and pepper is good. I want to switch it up a little bit.
Okay.
I want to have a little bit of variety. Love hot sauce with my eggs. Okay. This egg, this spiced egg. Oh, fuck.
Oh, it's drippy.
This shit's running.
It's running down his little fingies now. There it goes.
This Cholula doused hard-boiled egg is for Caroline Stanbury, housewife of Dubai. And I said, who? When I was scrolling through
Her
the
and
list.
Steven are both like, who?
She's the one who was tied and blindfolded, tied to a tree, and they killed her face to face.
They did have a great line where Caroline was like, I'll see you at BravoCon. And Lisa says, no, you won't.
And much like Lisa and Caroline were face to face in the woods, here I am face to face with egg number 3. Caroline, this one's for you.
Look at him go.
Oh, that's good.
He's got some Cholula on his fingers now. Oh, he's licking them now. No napkins. We didn't think of that. Do you want me to get up and get you a napkin?
That's
or
fine.
you just want to...
No, we're doing a podcast.
Okay, yeah, right.
We can't stop the podcast dead to do something stupid.
Right, exactly. Hey, you think you could get 2 of those in there at once? You think you can do a double one next time? Is there a place in that list where it makes sense to do 2 at a time?
I think there is.
Okay.
I think there is.
I think that's what the people want.
Fuck. Okay.
I'd love to see you gargle a couple eggs.
Okay. Timer's back on.
All right, we are back on. So we are in the helicopter. Maura just said she wanted to go for Eric. Do you want to give a rundown on the mission, as you normally do?
I love when we visit the lock.
The lock.
The lock.
The lock.
And inside or in the lock are 4 floating chests with questions on them. These questions have to do with what's gone on over this entire season. Often the case in Big Brother finales, Survivor finales, we like to quiz the players who have made it this far about the events of the show.
The experience that they've had
Right.
along the way.
In Big Brother, it's days. They have to recite the actual day that it was. Here, it's a question, and the answer is going to be one of the players, one of the cast members of this season. The boat team, Tara, Johnny, and Eric, ride out in a dinghy. They relay the question that they find over a 2-way radio up to the helicopter, and the helicopter team, Rob and Maura, drops a tarot card with the name of the player who they think is the correct answer attached to a buoy that represents a certain amount of money. So they have 4 buoys, all different amount of money, and whatever buoy they drop, if that answer is correct, then they get that amount of money added to the prize pot. 20 grand possible, and we get all 4 answers correct.
But the boat team looks miserable doing it.
Dude, well, that's the thing. Like, you're in the ride of a lifetime, like playing Tom. It's so funny that, like, Eric mentions, oh, I'm Tom Cruise riding the speedboat around. No. Like, you're Simon Pegg getting absolutely shit on. Tom Cruise is Rob. I'm sorry, it's fucking Rob.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, they could have put them in like one of those like really sleek wooden speedboat kind of looking things. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
The ones that have like I don't know what they're called. I'm not a boat person. I mean, I love a boat, but I'm not like a knowledgeable boat person. One that has like the really big like nose and the
like a go fast boat.
Sure,
in Miami
yeah.
Vice, yeah.
You know what it kind of reminded me of? It reminded me of our horrible boating experience on vacation that one year.
Oh my God, that shit was awful.
So
like fishing charter?
Yeah, so my brother wanted to do a fishing charter and with my dad, it was family vacation a few years ago, and Matt and I were like, cool, we'll go. I've done a fishing charter before. It was like super fun. The one that we went on, the first time that you did not get to go on, was super cool. Basically, the first mate just throws all the lines out for you. You do the fun part. You reel in the fish.
You just reel it in.
You just reel it in.
He takes it off the hook. He throws it in the cooler. You don't even get your fucking hands dirty if you don't want to.
And
I don't fish.
Matt doesn't like fish, but it's like you get back to the dock and you lay out all your fish, and we had like 80 plus fish that we caught, and it was really cool. Now the first mate ended up being an escort, and he handed my dad a card with his naked torso on it to be like, hey, call me for a good time. And it was ridiculous.
He asked us to leave it in the house rental, and I just took it home. I think we called him at some point.
We called him,
got really drunk.
But I digress. That was the good fishing trip because we got an escort's card. The bad fishing
we'll
trip.
take some sex solicitation for a good fishing trip.
Yeah, it was hilarious. But then the bad one was the waters were pretty rough. We didn't even know if we could go out, but the guys assured us like, yes, absolutely, you're gonna be able to go out on the water today. We're like, okay, cool. We start taking off, and like a giant swell of black oil just comes from behind the boat, and we're all looking at each other like, what the fuck? And they started up, and before we actually take off from the dock, the guy looks at all of us real nonchalantly and goes, oh, I have like an errand to do. We gotta bring these people, my friends, across to the other side of the inlet. Yeah. And we're like, okay, I guess. I
forgot we brought his friends along.
Yeah,
on
so they board the boat. This is our private charter experience, by the way. This is like my brother paid and my dad paid like hundreds and hundreds of dollars to do this. And we get on, we go to the other side of the inlet, drop them off, and we start going out. And mind you, this is supposed to be deep sea fishing.
Yeah.
Deep sea fishing. We get out of the inlet, past the jetty, and I mean, the boat is it's a rockin'. It's a rockin' every which way. This guy is like pedal to the metal.
Feels like we're on a dirt bike track.
It horrible. And I'm looking over at Matt, and I like, your face is white. You get really bad motion sickness.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I could not look at you in that moment. I was like, if I continue to look at you, I'm also gonna throw up.
Oh fuck.
You eat this egg as I finish this story.
Okay.
You start dressing it up, and we can say who you honored afterwards. More pepper going on it, and I would assume some more salt in a moment. So we're trying to get out there to fish. The guy looks at us and says, too rough to go deep sea fishing. And we're like, that's what we fucking paid for. He drops an anchor, and the boat's now like kind of like whipping around the anchor. My dad's in the back, and the like cord that it's attached to almost fucking decapitates him. Horrible experience. The guy was like, it's too choppy to go any further. So like, we're going to go fish in the inlet. Mind you, we had a beach house on the beautiful inlet. We could have fished from the beach house in a better environment than what we were in. The guy like takes us back in. We throw in a couple lines, and my dad goes, fuck this, take us back to shore. Like, this is not what we paid for.
Here's this guy's
horrible
deal. This guy was hungover as fuck. And here's how you know it.
He just got his license. Don't forget that part.
Right. So this guy, your brother, God bless him, I think he was like 21, probably Googled fishing charter and hit the first thing that came up on the search engine, or the cheapest one.
And to be fair, we had done it before. We knew what to expect.
This was your brother's first time sourcing the trip, I think.
It was.
And this guy starts texting him at like 1 a.m, telling him the plans of where he's going to be and where he's going to pick him up. Why would you be doing that? Why would you be texting a client at 1 a.m?
That's true.
Probably because
you're
drunk off your ass. Then we get there. This guy's breathing through his mouth the entire time.
He was a mouth breather.
Look, dude, I've been hungover and stuffed up in the nose, and I'm just breathing through. I could tell. I couldn't smell it on him, but you can fucking tell.
We were in Murrells Inlet, South Carolina, which is beautiful if you ever have the chance to go. But this guy was more of a North Myrtle Beach dweller. If you catch my drift, that's where he was. I think
he was just a drunk bag of shit. So,
like I said, North Myrtle Beach dweller.
he shares with us that it's his first charter as a captain.
Oh, here we
which is awesome. Go. And then at one point, I guess we go out and he dropped the anchor, and the anchor caught on something at the on the ocean floor, coral or whatever the fuck, shipwreck, Lovecraftian beast, whatever you want to call it. And he started spinning the boat in circles to try and unlatch this anchor from whatever it was stuck on, and then eventually snapped the whole thing off. So this dude, his boat shit oil, he snapped off his anchor, and then he sat on the front of the boat and just kind of pouted for a while. Clearly, like, fucked up first day on the job, showed up, maybe he was still drunk, damaged his own property or someone else's property, and like completely fucked this thing. So that's where it all went wrong, is like that guy specifically was an absolute fucking train wreck.
I mean, Eric was a better boat captain on this episode than that guy was.
Yeah, and like they're making the ocean spray kind of difficult because like the helicopter is what's kicking up all of the water, the spray in the lock. But we get all of the answers correct. And speaking of getting it correct, you know who was one of the first traders to get something correct was Monet Exchange, when he pointed out Lisa as a potential trader, and unfortunately he pointed that out to the wrong person, who was Rob, and got himself killed. Monet Exchange is someone that I wanted to see a lot more of this season, because
I love the relationship that was developing with Natalie, that like we almost saw a little bit more, and then it kind of fizzled out because he got murdered.
This one's for you, Monet. Number 4. R.I.P.
How's that one feeling? How's that feeling?
It's getting easier.
Easier? Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
getting energy.
I'm a little hungry, so I'm really watching you eat these eggs and suck them off, and now I'm just getting a little hungry. Yeah.
I feel amazing.
4 down, 5 to go.
4 eggs is kind of a normal breakfast, right?
Sure.
Is it 3
I think 2 to 3 eggs is like a normal breakfast.
This is the protein max breakfast.
Now hard-boiled egg, I think like an appropriate amount is probably like 2.
Yeah, but what about deviled eggs? How many deviled eggs are you
deviled
eating
eggs
in one
different.
seating? Yeah, but that's what that is.
No, it's not. It's different.
It's worse. It's the yolk and mayonnaise, which is
and
high in
all
fat.
other spices and shit. Yeah, I know it's worse, but it's more of like a little like treat.
I'm not shitting on it. I love deviled eggs. They're incredible. So they get all of the answers right. 20,000 is awarded, and then the boat makes it back to the dock with 5 minutes to spare on the timer. Alan announces his twist. There's a chance to double that 20 grand, but someone has to jump out of the helicopter to retrieve the floating key that is in the middle of the lock. Of course it's Rob. He wants to. I would want to.
Well, she's like, I can't swim.
That's
I'm like,
fucking,
okay,
oh my
well,
God.
you're definitely not jumping out of the helicopter, Maura.
So he plays the actual Tom Cruise role, which is sick. That's what I would. I'm kind of afraid of helicopters because I just hear about people dying in helicopters all of the time.
Yeah, Kobe pulled one out.
But jumping out of one into a body of water actually sounds kind of fucking sick because you get to be Ethan Hunt. So I was stoked for him in this moment. And this is what's beautiful is like everyone knows that Rob's a fucking traitor. Johnny and Tara know that Rob's a traitor. Eric knows that he might be fucked. People can't help but lose their minds when they watch him do this. And then he swims like a fucking juggernaut, swims back to shore with the key in his teeth, or the cards in the buoy in his teeth, and he places the cards on the chest with seconds to spare, doubling the prize money to $40,000, making the prize pot at $220,800.
And listen, if Maura wasn't fucking Rob before, then she sure as hell is after this, after watching him jump from a helicopter and win additional $20K for the collective bank that she thinks she's probably going to get a piece of in under 5 minutes.
How are you not shifting in your seat if you're with this guy who just says peace and fucking dives off of the edge of the helicopter?
Well, even before he did that, when they were up there together, Maura goes, I could go for a hot bath right now, right? Because it's cold, it's rainy, they're probably getting wet within the helicopter too. And Rob he pauses and like, you can see the brief moment of consideration. He's like, do I want to say this? And then his brain goes, yes, sir, you are going to say this. He goes, I can give you something hot.
Yeah, my hot dick.
My mouth was like, oh. I was like, give it to her, Rob, give it to her.
My warm, hot dick.
Yeah. And two, I want to point out, while Rob is jumping from the helicopter and swimming, like it's a decent swim, right? He has 5 minutes to do it. Alan is sitting over there with a transparent umbrella, kind of narrating some of it.
Amazing eye makeup on Alan.
Oh yeah, fantastic. And then you pan over to the other cast members, and they're all just like getting rained on right now.
Shivering.
They look, particularly Johnny looks miserable. You could see it in his face, in his eyes. He's shaking, looking miserable in this absolute torrential downpour, which when he's jumping out of the helicopter, I'm sure they're all cheering. And then it's like, fuck, we got to watch him swim for 5 minutes now. Watching someone swim for 5 minutes is a long time, especially in a torrential downpour. But he does it. He gets the 20K.
Yeah, we double the money. It's very impressive. I don't think anything like that happened in the previous finale mission. I think that's when they were hanging from a helicopter and they had to like drop it.
Yeah,
and
drop
it was
bags
like a moving
in like a
target.
circle.
Yeah. So we get back to the castle, and in the car, Rob tells Maura he's voting Johnny. And this is the first time he looks at her and he says, "We're going to win this." Blatant lie.
Yep.
Like the whole time he's kind of...
And he's doing it like, we're going to win this.
Yes,
like excited.
He's been deceiving her, and then he's like, I think it's this person. I think it's this person. I really trust you. This is like a total and complete lie saying you and I are going to win this together. And I go, that's a dick punch. That's brutal.
Yeah, he is playing.
And then in the other car, Tara and Johnny are planning for Eric. Well, they don't say this in the car, but Tara and Johnny get back to the castle, and they're planning for Eric and then Rob. They pull Maura in, and they say, Eric, tonight it's going to be Eric. And Maura seems like she could go either way. She seems like she believes that Eric is a traitor, but she doesn't know what to do with Rob, but she does not warn Eric. And Rob has been trying his hardest to make the three of them an alliance going into this final day. So let's get to the last roundtable of the season.
Maura walks in and she is wearing her Mario hat backwards. Insanity.
Yeah, change it up a little bit.
Insanity. It was already insane from the front. You just like doubled the insanity when you swiveled it around to the back. I was like, this is unbelievable.
Eric starts. And Eric starts after being... Oh, fuck. All right, hang on before we do this.
After being interrupted with another egg.
Okay.
Don't forget, I want you to do 2 at once. Are we building up to that? What are we thinking?
The next one I'll do... You know what? We'll do 2 now. Because I love Survivor. We love the gamers. That's what this show is all about. It's competition reality TV. We are always going to root for the gamers right out of the gate. And one of the gamers that came on to Traitors Season 4 is a recent champion of Survivor. Jam Jam, winner of Survivor 45. Incredibly likable. Had great banter with the housewives. Had some great tense moments with Rappaport, with Natalie. They turned on each other as fellow gamers in the moment. And I was sad to see him go. And probably the most exciting death of the season at the Black Banquet when they announced that he's been killed and he gets dragged out by his arms. Incredible moment. Again, this season especially felt like a movie pretty much the entire time. So I want to memorialize Jam Jam. There's another player who was murdered right after Jam Jam. He's a bag of shit. We don't like Colton Underwood. Not on this show.
Oh, so you have to balance it out.
And
you have to have a good egg and a bad egg.
Instead of giving, exactly, there's a good egg and a bad egg. And I don't want to give Colton his own singular platform of
fuck him.
Memorialization. You know, let's look at this as Jam was killed in a tragic accident and Colton was the driver.
Oh, damn.
So you 2 at once?
Yeah, let's do 2 at once.
Okay.
Let's see what happens. And I don't know the Heimlich, so you better not fucking choke over there.
I think I'm going to dip a little of these in. I'm putting a little Cholula in my plate here. I'm going to dip one.
You're going to dip them?
Yeah, I think I need a little.
You're one at a time. No, I need you to like.
Yeah,
I need you to cheek one and then cheek the other.
One's going to have hot sauce and the other isn't, but I need a little lubrication.
Okay, you don't have to get upset now.
Dilution Mexican condiments.
You do whatever you want with your eggs over there. I'm not judging that. You're only going to do one with hot sauce? I feel like you want to even it out there. It's not a ton of hot sauce.
Our good egg, Jam Jam, R.I.P. And our bad egg, Colton Underwood. Go fuck yourself.
Make him kiss a little bit. Mwah.
Aw.
Okay.
Okay. 2 at once. Do I do one and then the other? Or do I try to do both?
Up to you.
Right.
Dealer's choice. But I would like an egg in each pocket of your cheek.
Okay. All right. Here goes Colton.
Okay. Oh, it's off to the side. Oh, wow.
It's still intact.
That's impressive.
I haven't had to chew. All right. Here goes Jam Jam. I love you, Jam Jam. Is it good?
I don't know if cool's Oh my
So
God.
Eric starts the round table,
Oh, no.
and he points out the 2 alliances and how he's on his own. He decides that he's going to vote Tara or Johnny at the round table. But Maura's sympathetic towards Johnny and Tara. She believes that they're faithfuls. And she finally understands why they hid their relationship. I think I have to start chewing.
You broke
The Cholula's kind of...
You fucking broke me.
The Cholula kind of pulled down the back of my tongue. I want to drink some water.
Oh, whenever I laugh really hard, I start crying, and the tears are streaming right now. Oh man, it's because as you were talking, I could see just like a little bit of egg kind of on the corners of your mouth. I might need to break for a second. I might need to break down and dab my eyes.
What do you mean, like your makeup?
Yeah, I'm crying. I don't want to.
We can keep doing the show.
I don't want to cry my makeup off over here.
You look great.
Oh,
That wasn't as hard as I thought it would be. I'm crushing this.
yeah, you are. Wow.
Fuck you, Rob. Okay. What was I saying? It is hard to host while I do this. Maura is sympathetic towards Johnny and Tara. She actually says, I understand why you guys would hide your friendship. Because at this point, we're pulling out all the stops. Johnny and Tara have to say whatever. It feels like my mouth has been really stretched out. Pause. Whatever. I feel like there's like more air in my cheeks than there normally is.
Yeah, you're limber now.
They got to do whatever it
You're
takes.
lubed up for the last 3 eggs.
Whatever they can think of to convince Maura to vote out a traitor, in this case, Eric. But Eric and Rob are also doing whatever it takes to keep her on their side because she is torn. You can see that in this moment.
Mm-hmm.
And
it does look like she's going to waffle for a second.
When they go in on Eric, unfortunately, there's nothing new that's really said here. They do make all of the right points, but if you're saying the same thing, I don't think it's enough to get Maura over to your side because they're just saying, like, Eric's been quiet. He's chosen when to be very passionate, and it's been voting out or blaming people like Colton and Natalie at people who turned out to be faithful.
Well, Johnny's over there trying to butter Maura up. Like, he's saying very complimentary things about her. And then Tara jumps in and kind of stokes that fire as well and is trying to get her to feel like almost, oh, thank you so much for the compliment. Almost like indebted to them because they're saying like the nice things about her.
And Rob closes out this discussion by looking at Maura specifically, almost like he's shutting out the rest of the round table. And he says, I trust you and Eric, meaning stick with us, vote with us. Let's get one of them. And we get to the vote.
Well, even before we get to the vote, we have Tara bringing up the fact that Eric was saying Maura's name in the car. They're trying to every angle to get Maura to vote with them. Trying to, butter her up from like a personal and like game level, trying to give some actual strategy to her to like hinge her vote off of, saying that, Eric's maybe trying to come for you. They're trying it all. But again, they should have been playing a little bit better and tried a little bit more earlier on instead of this kind of last ditch effort. And then Rob also mentions too the fact that what if Alan picked one of you, Tara and Johnny, to be the traitor, and the whole show that everyone's watching at home is, oh my gosh, how do I balance being a traitor with my best friend next to me as a faithful?
What a killer point to make.
Absolutely. And I think that moment, like, that tore down everything that Tara and Johnny tried to do leading up to that. Because I think Maura was probably like, oh, damn, that could be a thing, right?
Can you imagine making that point a couple episodes ago when all eyes were on Tara and Johnny? I don't think they fully got there in that round table 2 episodes back where it was all about them.
It didn't matter.
Yeah.
It didn't matter, though.
I guess you're right. So, the vote. We have 2 votes for Eric, Johnny and Tara, of course.
No surprise there.
Votes for Johnny start happening. We have Eric and Rob, obviously. And while on the edge of our seat, we see Maura flip over her card, and she did, in fact, stick with handsome Rob and sweet Eric to vote out, to banish Johnny, who is a faithful, but can't announce that to the game, because when you get banished in the final banishment, the final round table, you exit the game without revealing your role.
He was able to say something, though, which I was a little shocked, which he hugs Tara and says, like, I love you, I love you.
Play hard, something like that.
Yeah. And I was like, damn, I didn't realize they could say anything. Like, I thought they really weren't allowed to say a word.
I mean, maybe at that point they just let it happen because you're seeing this go down and you know how the rest of it's going to play out. Right. So Johnny is out, and Alan announces that they can end the game right here if they all trust that they're faithfuls. That is not the case, but we go into the fire of truth, but not before Rob primes Maura to banish Tara. They're in the kitchen, and this is where the douche chills are colder than ever, because he says we're going to banish Tara at Fire of Truth, and then we're home free. And she goes, well, promise me we get Eric next. Rob looks her in the eyes. He assures her
He says,
they'll get Eric next.
We can get Eric next.
He grabs her by the face and says, "We will win this together." Bro.
He picks her up even afterwards and like
Spins
does
her
a little
around.
twirl. Yeah, but then it like right as it's super cut with that, and then Rob confessing in his confessional saying that he feels bad about it.
He's playing. You're so close to hundreds of thousands of dollars.
And in this moment, I'm watching this as I'm like, yeah, getting a little bit of douche chills from Rob, hamming it up extra, which I think he does need to do to make sure that Tara doesn't sway or doesn't convince Maura of anything, right? Because he does need this relationship investment that he has made all season to pay off in this final moment for him. But Maura has kind of been this nothing burger all season long.
Oh, sure.
Like, the only thing that has made her interesting is the fact that she's tied to Rob.
And that's a bummer.
It's a bummer, right? Like, I would love to see, you know, a woman go out and like own her story and like be, you know, the hero in her own story.
And we're not saying that that's all. We're not diminishing her as like a person.
No.
But like her role on the show has been that.
Right. It has been kind of like Rob's sidekick.
Unbeknownst to her.
However, this last 10% of the game all rides on her. And I find that riveting. It is all hinging on her and what she'll do.
Yeah.
Is she gonna, you know, flip-flop? Is she gonna betray Rob and Eric? Is she gonna, you know, come to light, come to baby Jesus and figure it out? Or not? Where is she gonna vote? We have multiple moments where she has the ability to betray, or not even to betray, but to be swayed and to be, you know, shown the light. And it's like, is it gonna happen? Is she gonna do it? Because the whole time,
oh fuck,
another egg on the way. The whole time I'm rooting for Rob, and I'm also kind of rooting for them to be together at the end, because I want to see the reveal at this point. I want to see the look in Maura's eyes. And it's amazing that we get to see her and her game really be showcased in the last like couple episodes here.
We spent a lot of this season talking about how season 3 was really magical, how it was such a great cast for so many different reasons. But I will say, in the last 2 or 3 episodes of season 4 of The Traitors, they've been able to ratchet up the drama in a way that I don't think season 3 ever did that late in the season. Season 3's most dramatic moment, probably Bob the Drag Queen versus Boston Rob at the round table, followed by Brittany once again fucking over Danielle. But like, Danielle had made things so hard for herself by that point that like we kind of all saw that coming. This is real ass storytelling right here, because it's not just gameplay. Like, you can there is emotion in Maura's game and in Rob's game and in Eric's game, honestly. And we say like, oh, and being an emotional player will be your downfall. I don't think that it's affecting their gameplay so much as like it is moving the story along though. And I really, really impressive that like, I think this is the best way that this season could have ended, with this dynamic being what's going into the Fire of Truth.
Yeah. And then we get to our final round table at the Fire of Truth.
Before we do that,
we have an egg to eat. I'm so
to
sorry. What do we have here?
My brother got me this blueberry hot sauce. I'm going to give this a try.
Okay. Have you tried it before?
No.
Oh, so the egg's going to be
It's a Christmas gift.
the demo of
Just
the
like
hot sauce.
Blueberry, that sounds good. That sounds like breakfast, you know?
Sure. Yeah.
Just a
And
little
what's
thicker.
that you have in the foil behind it? What is that?
Oh, don't worry about that.
Okay.
That's just...
Okay, we're not worrying
That's,
about the foiled object behind the plate of eggs. And by the way, you've done this very bougie. This is not just a pile of eggs. You have a big platter that has ice in it, another platter within that, so the hard-boiled eggs stay cold the entire time. And have they been cold the entire time?
I love oysters, and this is my recreation of an oyster platter.
It's like a land oyster.
I wouldn't mind sharing some oysters with Rob and seeing where the night goes.
I want you to do it more at an angle.
We,
if you could tilt your head. I want to see the insertion from the camera angle.
Yeah, you want to see the insertion?
Yeah.
I'll show you the insertion. This one is for Dorinda Medley, the housewife who made it past night 1 in this season of The Traitors. Source
made
of
it pretty
controversy,
far.
she went real hard on our good friend Ron, and I'm a little frustrated with her for that. There are rumors that she got into it with Donna Kelsey behind the scenes.
They said physical altercation at one
Little
point. I'm like, what does that
problematic.
mean?
Well, that's the thing is like, that's all just through the grapevine. I want to see that actually be fucking reported on. But this egg is for Dorinda.
Dorinda looks snatched during the reunion too.
Yeah, yes, she does. Just like I'm going to snatch this with my jowls, this blueberry hot sauce, delicious
Don't forget the angle. I want it from the side. There you go.
R.I.P. Dorinda.
Nice. Nice. I like the slow chew. How's the hot sauce? Oh, it doesn't look good, or maybe it is good. No, it looks bad.
If I'd put any more on that, I think we would have been in trouble, but I'm good.
So you're going to douse the next one.
I might have to.
What's your egg count? How many do we have left? We have 2 eggs?
I've had 7 eggs so far, including the double.
How you feeling over there? Checking in on you.
I was pretty energized. I think that the protein was kicking in, if that's how that works.
Okay, I don't think so, but sure. Whatever
I'm
helps
feeling
you suck them down.
full now.
Okay.
Like I've had a good hearty breakfast, and maybe now I can go on with my day, run some Sunday errands,
Eat 2 more eggs.
take a nap. We'll go from there. But I feel good.
Okay.
I could keep going. I could definitely keep going.
Okay. And you will have to keep going because you have 2 more left. So we get to our final round table, and we have Alan walking in looking like a lesbian Merlin. The way his hair is, and the bedazzled cloak thing he's wearing, it's giving Spirit Halloween, not like I have a professional costumer to help me.
Sure. Like if Merlin drove a Subaru.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
And I think he wore this outfit during the finale of last season, which is interesting.
He did. And I made the joke of him looking like Merlin, and you're like, no, he doesn't. And then I looked up, cartoon photos of Merlin, and you were like, oh yeah, it kind of looks like that. The lesbian one is that was my little, sprinkle of extra there. I think it was the hair really. Oh, he's pausing now.
I'm good.
Is that heartburn? What's happening?
I just have a little bit of reflux. Can you explain? I was going to break down how the Fire of Truth works. Can you do that?
So basically the way the Fire of Truth works is that each contestant gets a little box, and within that box they have these little like bags, I guess, little teeny tiny bags of, one represents, yes, I want to end the game. Right now, it will light up green when thrown into the fire. There's some fun light work that happens with the colors. And then the other one is, no, I want to continue the game and vote out another person because I think another traitor is in the building and I want to get them out. So that's how it works. Okay, we've got secret hash browns coming out now.
I thought I might want some hash browns.
Okay.
With the egg. I love hash browns are probably my favorite breakfast food.
Yeah.
Like hash browns and bacon.
Those are the Trader Joe's ones. They're very good.
So I made some hash browns to kind of break up the cold
Wait, you're
eggs.
just eating a whole breakfast now without me.
I mean, it's 4:00 in the afternoon. I wouldn't call this breakfast.
I haven't eaten today. You know what I've eaten? 2 coffees.
Oh.
So what happens after this? We can't go out to eat after this because you're gonna be stuffed.
I'm good. I just wanted to break it up. Like, I think a little starch is a good thing.
You're trying to brag it up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my God. People are gonna unsubscribe.
Sorry, I had to.
Is that it?
Yeah, and once someone is voted out, you still do not know if they're a traitor or faithful when they get voted out. So it is still uncertain how the ending will actually be.
I ate that hash brown with my iPad hand, and now I'm
regretting it because now it's greasy. Okay, so now you're going to have a greasy iPad that we're just going to have to wash off after the show.
No, I'm going to use the egg hand for the iPad now.
Oh.
Egg hand is now iPad hand iPad hand is now
Egg hand?
Egg hand. And I have one more hash brown.
Okay.
So round 1. Everyone throws red. However, Tara is the only one who actually calls out a player's name.
And we're able to, at this point when red is thrown, you are able to take a break and discuss as a group how you want to move forward.
And it's interesting that Rob or Eric doesn't throw out Tara's name, right? Like if I'm Maura, I'm looking at this as like it does come off as like kind of like a secret plan where I feel like Tara knows what's up going into this.
Mm-hmm.
She knows that she's going to be their target. And so I found it very interesting that neither of them said anything and that she is the only one that spoke up. I say that this is a warning sign. And now we have hindsight. We know that they're traitors, but I think in the future that could be read as a warning sign that they're not playing it as true faithfuls in that moment. So we get to discuss, and there isn't much to discuss because this shit has been over for a long time.
Yeah, Tara, it's not looking great for you. You just got your right-hand man voted out, Johnny, the last round table, and then now you have Team Rob and Maura against you. Did you convince Maura? Did it work? No, it did not. Tara leaves, and we don't actually address this as a game mechanism on the show, but I don't know what happens if there's a stalemate. If Maura actually flipped and it was Tara and Maura versus Rob and Eric in the voting, I don't know what. Are we just going to like draw rocks? Is it like a Survivor thing? I'm not exactly sure what happens.
I can't remember.
I would have been interested to see that.
Yeah, I can't remember if we've ever seen like a stalemate at this stage in the game, but forget any chance of that ever actually happening because as much as they play up in the edit that she could flip, Maura goes right along with Rob's plan and Tara is banished 3-1.
I am really hating though, as we're watching this, there are these like intense moments of buildup and drama and what's gonna happen, who's she gonna vote for, and then we cut to black as if this isn't on a streaming platform without commercials.
Yeah, I was gonna ask how you felt about that.
I was pissed.
It seems just a little, I don't know, it's like a little cringe, honestly.
Yeah,
it takes all the gas out of it.
I'm sitting on the edge of my seat, like, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? Fade to black. I was up here, and now you brought me back down here, and now you're gonna very quickly build me back up again.
You know what it
right
is?
afterwards, and like re-say everything you just said 2 seconds ago, but fade to black. Like,
well, you know what I just realized?
What?
There is an advert.
We
we're
are
fancy.
not peasants,
Yeah.
and we watch without ads.
We want a different cut for the premium subscribers.
Yes, take out the little.
That's a great idea.
That is a great idea.
You keep upping your fucking sub prices. Give me a cut that doesn't have any of this advertised friendly bullshit in it.
Yeah, that's what I want. One continuous thing, and I will pause it when I find it necessary, and I have to go to the bathroom during that time, and I will find a hole to pause.
Speaking of pausing when necessary, it's time again.
It's time again already.
Yeah,
So we're not going back for the blueberry Reaper hot sauce.
No, it was pretty good actually. I'll give it a little more juice. I'll give it a little more juice. This was good.
More juice.
Well, look. I think that this egg is appropriate to really enhance, really embrace that flavor because Kristen Kish is a celebrity chef.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of one of our dark horses this season. She's been pretty good on her reads. She did play under the radar. I think she was killed at the perfect time because she sniffed out Eric as a traitor. And if they had kept her around for one more day, I think that she could have jeopardized Rob and Eric's game and definitely changed the outcome, or at least how we got to the Fire of Truth. So I'll give this one a little more juice. For Kristen. Now she's been in like other, like she's been on TV as well, right? Like,
yeah, and she reminds us in the reunion show that she is also Bravo. She is the host of Top Chef and other related cooking programs. She won Top Chef too, I think. I'm not 100% sure. I'm more into the like kitschy reality TV cooking shows, like the Chopped, yeah. And also anything Gordon Ramsay, love that man.
Shout out Gordon Ramsay, but this egg is not for Gordon Ramsay. This egg is for Kristen Kish, one of the most dangerous faithfuls to the Traitors, and I think very well could have made it to the fire of truth had she not divulged to Rob that she was on to Eric.
Can I get a little flair for this one? I don't know, like the way in which you put it in your mouth. Like, give me some. Oh, okay. Down the hatch it goes. See what I did there? Like, hatch is also kind of a joke, an egg joke, because like, you know, like an egg hatches. Oh, he's taking a moment. He is processing. The Reaper has hit his sinuses.
It's not sinus. Oh my God. Okay. There was a lot more on that one, and I felt it.
You look like you're maybe tearing up over there.
I'm good.
8 eggs down. Wow. Let's take a moment to just
Thank you.
applaud this milestone.
How long have we been going? Just over an hour?
Just over an hour.
Okay.
Not bad.
That's pretty good.
Pretty good.
Okay.
Okay, we are on to round 2 of the final round table. And at this point, it's Maura, Rob, and Eric, and Maura's already lost.
Yes.
We're just trying to figure out who's going to win. So the 3 scenarios we have now is Rob winning by himself, Eric winning by himself, or Rob and Eric winning together. And at this point, it's not looking like Eric's going to win by himself. The way Maura's been playing and voting and actually putting chalk to board, I don't think at this point Eric's going to win by himself.
Well, here's what I assume is going to happen, because this whole time since Eric's been recruited, Rob's talking about how he wants to get to the end with Eric.
Right.
And so the scenario that I see here...
Well, semantics, he says he wants to get to the end with Eric. He never says he wants to win alongside Eric.
Well...
He does hold his promise. He does get to the end with Eric, and he does hold his pinky promise to Maura.
I was texting with someone before we started recording, and I made the point that Rob did not only dupe the entire cast of the Traitors season 4, he duped a lot of the audience as well.
Sure.
Because he is talking to the audience in his confessionals in a way that makes you think that he wants to win this whole thing with Eric. And so But
again, us as viewers, maybe we were just a little anxious over that, because he never says that he wants to win with Eric, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we got duped. We got hypnotized by the sexiness and the intellect just as much as everyone else.
If you will.
Dickmatized?
Dickmatized.
Is that an official term?
I think so.
Who
Probably
coined that?
Urban Dictionary.
Can you use it in a sentence?
He was sucking down the eggs, and in that moment, I was dickmatized.
Okay. I hope everyone else is dickmatized as they watch this go down on the YouTube channel. YouTube.com/backdoors and blindsides, by the way. Instagram.com/backdoors and blindsides.
Well,
we throw smoke.
We have Maura throwing red, and at this point, I'm just kind of laughing because I'm like, girl, you're not winning. You have literally, statistically, and in the game structure, you have 0% chance of winning right now.
Right.
You're just determining or helping determine which traitor wins, and are they taking it by themselves or are they splitting it with each other?
And important to note, Eric throws first, or Alan throws Eric's stone first, or bag, whatever you want to call it. He throws green. So Eric is ready to end this and have Maura be banned if she decides to throw red.
Well, that's basically what he thought was going to happen. He thought, because Rob did tell him, he said, okay, maybe I misspoke earlier. He did tell Eric at one point, the plan is we're going to get Johnny out at the last banishment, and then we're going to get Tara out at the final round table, and then, we throw red the first round, and then the second round, we're all going to throw green and end the game. Meaning that Eric, he upheld his part. He threw green because he thought everyone else was, because we're all going to split the money together. This is not what happened. Which, by the way, too, you've made this point before on the show that Eric is probably the most famous, internationally famous.
He's a K-pop star.
And so he probably has the most money.
Maybe. I don't know.
Well, I would argue that Maura and Rob probably need the money a whole lot more than Eric does.
Yeah.
Just based on where you came from and like your build up and popularity and fame prior to this. Because yeah, Love Island is a reality show, but I'd say it's still like a newer one. And okay, there's however many people cast on that show.
I mean, you look at people like Rappaport's been a working actor for 30 something years. Lisa Rinna has been a working actress for a long time. You know, like the people who have been on TV their entire careers, that's probably where I would say the bulk of like the if we're gonna pocket watch, if you will, the wealth of these players would be, or, you know, even like athlete, I don't know, but yeah, I mean, Eric has a lot of success that goes beyond reality television because he's made records, he's gone on tour. Who knows if like, I know K-pop has like very weird contracts with the artists, and like maybe that shit cuts off when you stop playing the persona or whatever. But yeah, I mean, you could look at it that way, that Rob is thinking, well, he doesn't need the money, I need the money.
Sure.
Fuck, there's no way that's been 5 minutes.
It's your last egg.
Okay. So Eric, let me just get through this. Eric throws green. Maura throws red. Not a big surprise. She calls out Eric in this moment. And then Alan throws the final bag, and Rob has thrown red as well. And that is the double cross.
Eric is like, oh shit. Rob was supposed to throw green. If anyone was going to throw red, sure, it could be Maura. And then, you know, we'd vote her out, meaning Eric and Rob would vote Maura out. Eric has to be shitting himself at this point. And you can kind of see the like look on his face, like color drain. And he's like, oh no. But in this moment, he's actually really trying to fight for his life.
Yeah.
He realizes what's happening. He realizes that Rob's not going to vote with him to vote out Maura. He knows that's not going to happen. So he pivots in that moment. The only way that he could survive is if he convinces Maura right here, right now, Rob's a traitor. You have to vote him out right now.
You know who could have secured Eric's future potentially for winning this game as a traitor is Mark Ballas. From Dancing with the Stars, greatest hair in the history of reality TV, and a very strategic player, and that's how he got as far as he did in this game. Unfortunately, he was the biggest threat out of the remaining faithfuls when it came time to decide the last murder, and Mark got in that coffin. So, the 9th and final egg as a part of the Rowdy Reality Rob Rausch Murder Memorial Egg Suck is dedicated to Mark Ballas and that beautiful head of hair.
I want everything on this egg. All the little
really?
fixins. Yeah.
I was gonna eat it completely plain because the seasonings I think are starting to get to me. Okay, fuck. All right, hang on.
No, you need to suffer through the pain
right.
just a little bit. I need
me
both
get-
hot sauces.
Okay, Reaper hot sauce.
I need the salt. I need the pepper.
Hang on.
How you holding up over there, buddy?
It's hard.
It's hard now?
I'm getting kind of full. This is.
It's not
how many
fun
calories
anymore?
do you think this is?
I don't know. I think there's like
How many calories is a hard-boiled egg?
I think it's 70 calories per egg.
So that's like
Don't ask me to do
500
math.
something calories. That's not too bad. All right, there's my
Protein maxing today.
There's my.
Oh, that's globbed on there.
It's kind of a globby, sticky hot sauce.
Oh
the
God,
Carolina Reaper.
but that's so much.
Shout out the Thrill for fucking me over and giving me this Reaper sauce without telling me what it was.
What brand is the Reaper sauce?
I don't know, some like
Hold it up, show the people like you're doing.
Smoke and Mike Sauce Company. It's tasty. From Iowa. So it's good. It's just not what I want to be eating on the fucking podcast. Right,
but it sounds like you made that decision.
So I've also added Cholula. I don't think those two are going to go very well
I don't
together.
think so either.
Cholula is very vinegary.
For the love of the game, though.
Here's the pepper.
Fun.
And the salt.
Also, I'll plug these grinders, salt and pepper grinders that we have. Circle Joy. is the brand.
I take my kitchen equipment very seriously.
And it's fantastic. You can get them on Amazon. They're not a sponsor, but I love these little grinders. Oh, he's shifting over there.
My back hurts. I don't know why that's happening. All right. Oh, this is like the blueberry hot sauce has kind of formed lumps.
Yeah, hold it up there. Let's get a good look at it. There it is.
Awful.
In honor of Mark. Deep breath. Make this a good one.
Siri, play Straight to Your Face by Hatebreed. Mark, this one's for you. And this one's also for Rob Rausch, one of the greatest traitors to ever live. Again, this is not just memorializing all of the murders, but paying respects or my respect to Rob and the amazing game that he played. And this also, I'd like to dedicate this to all of our amazing listeners who have stuck with us through this recap. More to come on Backdoors and Blindsides, but for now, pain and agony.
Oh, it's in there. Last one. 9th egg down the hatch. He's looking a little suspicious over there. He looks unwell, to be completely honest.
I'm starting to feel the negative effect
the
Rowdy reality Rob Rausch murder memorial egg suck.
What if I gave you some
Don't do that.
Oh, he doesn't like that. Oh,
I don't want to puke on this show.
Okay.
I've
That's
puked on
okay.
so many podcasts.
Oh, that's okay, sweetheart. You don't have to puke on the show. Going for a Gatorade now. Need some electrolytes in there. A true athlete over here. An egg athlete needs replenishment with Gatorade. Okay, how
Donna's
we doing?
eggs may create athletes, but I'm an egg athlete, baby.
Wow.
Fuck.
That really came full circle there from this whole season.
Okay.
That was beautiful. So eloquently put. Thank you, Matt, for your
You motherfuckers better subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Your honorable pledge and commitment to our marriage, our podcast, and reality TV as a whole. Truly remarkable what we witnessed here today, folks.
I'd like to thank my wife. I'd like to thank everyone who subscribes to the show.
Don't rub your eyes. You have hot sauce on those thingies.
Fuck. I think I use my hands. I don't think I use my fingers. I've got hot sauce on both hands.
Stop touching your face. Don't touch your face.
All right, let's finish. So, Eric is banished.
He was fighting for his life. He couldn't save himself.
He votes Rob, by the way. He does not vote Maura, which I feel like as a last-ditch effort.
He knows. Yeah. He knows. He already knows by Rob's choice to continue. He knows that Rob is going to come for him. He has to vote Rob and hope with a sliver of hope that to have that Maura is maybe going to flip on Rob. She hasn't up until this point. I don't think that's going to happen, and it doesn't. And he says in his confessional, Eric goes, I couldn't live with myself if I did what Rob did. It's like, oh, we're taking moral high ground now?
Truly condemning Rob's decision. But in that moment, Eric also outs himself as the perfect faithful to recruit as a traitor because he just admits that he would not be capable of fucking over
why Rob picked him. Because Eric wasn't capable. So beautiful of a bow.
Incredible.
Put on that recruitment and relationship between him and Eric. Bye, buddy. So now Alan comes back in.
Now the fun starts.
And Alan is so fucking happy right now.
Alan is grinning like the Cheshire Cat.
It's Christmas morning. His parents are getting the coffee ready.
So awesome.
He's seen that.
It's infectious.
He's seen that Santa has come down and eaten the cookies, and the reindeer have eaten the carrots that are left for them. And there's footprints outside of reindeer tracks.
He's looking at Rob like, eh?
And he knows that there's a PlayStation 6 sitting under his Christmas tree.
God bless.
He is excited to announce that these two are the finalists. And it is now time to reveal what your role in the game is.
So we go with Miss Mario very first.
Mario.
And she goes, I'm a faithful, right?
I think I'm a faithful.
I think I'm a faithful.
And at this point, the game's over. The game is 100% over.
And
There's no more. But Rob is still playing. He's sitting there like, oh my God, you're a faithful.
I'm so relieved. And the whole time she's smirking
surprised.
at him like, we just did this together. Wow.
She thinks she's walking away with $110,000.
I'm going to rock this farm boy's world after this.
And he plays into it and he's acting, relieved and surprised that she's a faithful. I'm like, okay, dude, you can stop now. It's done. It's over. We don't have to feed into this anymore. And, it goes back to Rob and he's sitting there and he's, kind of slow to it. And he goes, I'm a traitor.
I am, and I always have been, the traitor. And I think he says the traitor.
And it's quiet. And she's like, no, like you're faithful, right? No, right?
This is where
say you're kidding.
If you have any heart at all, it breaks for Maura because you realize she never doubted it.
Listen,
even in that moment, because the edit, it makes it look like she might even know what's going on. No, she is absolutely floored and devastated.
And you can see her kind of in the beginning of him saying that, be like, haha, that's funny. But like, say you're just joking. Say you're joking. You're joking, right? And she just mouth open, catching flies, shocked. And you can see like almost like the tears maybe trying to well, but her trying not to cry. It just hit her in the face that Rob was a traitor. As a viewer, I am hooting and hollering. What a beautiful way to end the season. So perfect. But as a human being, I'm looking at Maura and I'm like, oh girl, I wish I could just give you a hug right now. That sucks.
And she tries to put on an act, I think. I think she tries to play it off like I'm just really surprised I'm not that hurt because her pride is so damaged.
Well, she says
in this moment.
In her confessionals and following and talking to him directly too. She says she feels stupid, embarrassed. She calls Rob an asshole. She says, quote, "You're never going to have a girlfriend again. You are such a good liar." And then she says again, he's a bad man. And to top it all off, which he probably takes this as a compliment because he loves him so much, she says, "You're a fucking snake, but well done."
How can you say anything else?
Yeah. And the kind of cherry on top for me at the very end, he says, "Would you give $100K to someone you just met 3 weeks ago?" I wouldn't.
Fuck. I'm like, fuck, dude. He's so cool.
Yeah. He's meaning that.
Look at how cool he is.
Meaning that, no, he is not going to split it with Eric. And that was never his intention. And he did want to make it to the end with Eric. He just didn't want to win with Eric. Yeah. And he thinks that Maura will never forgive him. He just thinks people sees him as a dumb, hot person. One of those adjectives is correct. The other one, not so much anymore. I mean, yes, he's hot. He is not dumb because look at him think. God
damn, dude.
And he says he needs to find a nice girl that hasn't watched a lot of reality TV. So I am off the table for Rob. I've seen it all, but maybe it would work in the reverse for him.
What do you mean? Scenario. If he found a super fan?
Yeah. I think it'd work in the reverse.
I mean, he really showed how well he can. I mean, and yeah, it is all a game, right? Like we talk about all these crazy moves that we would make against people. It is all for the sake of the game.
Yeah, and he is great at banter, and Alan is having a time with him.
He's sharp.
Alan's having a great time with the way that this goes down, and Alan goes, "Bad things will happen to you in the dark if Maura finds you." And Rob goes, "I hope so." And I'm like, and that's like, and cutscene, the show's over.
They're walking up the steps with their bottle of champagne.
Oh my gosh, this is amazing.
He gets a real laugh from Alan. By the way, I mean, the Scottish Highlands look beautiful. Riding in a helicopter, jumping into a lake sounds sick. More than anything, I just want to drink some champagne with Alan Cumming.
Hot lesbian Merlin.
I was
Alan
so
Cumming.
jealous of. I don't know what it was, but like I was so jealous of Rob just by himself hanging out with Alan.
Well, I think that's the whole
Fuck,
this
looks
whole
so fun.
season is you being jealous of Rob, and this is all coming to a culmination of you out robbing Rob by eating a record number of eggs in an hour.
Yeah.
Or so.
I think maybe that's the biggest point. That's the biggest sore spot for me is just like one-on-one time with Alan. It seems great. I'd ask him about working with Kubrick. I'd ask him about Spy Kids. I'd take fashion advice from him. I'd give him a hug. I love Alan Cumming. I wish that he was in the reunion. That's the biggest thing missing from. And Andy's good. Like I'm not shitting on Andy, but like if Alan wouldn't host the reunion, like if we need Andy to host, I want Alan there. Just have him there. Have him be the sidekick. Have Alan just throw in the jokes, the one-liners while Andy directs the interviews. I think that would be a great format.
Pan over to Alan and be like, Alan, like, what did you think in this moment when this was going down? Like, include him in the interview as part of the cast almost. But yeah, that's just me selfishly wanting more Alan.
Why do you think it's Andy Cohen instead of Alan?
I don't know. Because people know Andy Cohen and it's just like another star power maybe.
I think the Bravo through line is where I'm putting the focus. I think that they need someone who the housewives trust to keep all of that under control.
But don't you think it's an unfair advantage almost in a way for the housewives? Because you know you have maybe Andy on your side or like Andy kind of like...
I don't think it's a bias thing. I think it's he knows how to handle them. And look, the whole point of Housewives is like when they're all in the same room, it's chaos.
Yeah.
But when you're doing an after show that has directed questions and you're following a format, I mean, it practically goes off the rails because, and like, that's not just shitting on the housewives because they're housewives, but like, I think that putting someone who kind of knows their bits and they're familiar with in the room can keep that, because it's hard. You're handling 25 different personalities in one room, including Rappaport. And so
he might as well account for the 25 just himself.
I think it makes sense to have Andy in there because like he's played in that territory before and he knows not only to like, I wouldn't say like keep them under control. He probably knows how to ask them the right questions to get the best answers out of them.
And we do have some pretty good answers and some back and forth that happens in the reunion that we will just touch on briefly because I find it interesting. Yeah. But the first thing out of the gate that we are aware of is that Tara and Johnny are not in the studio and they are instead on a studio monitor because they are at the Olympics, which I'm like, NBC, Peacock, run the audio, run the shit on production audio because...
Hang on, let me hit it.
It's time to attack
Peacock
production on Backdoors and Blindsides.
Because why in the hell would you plan a reunion at the same time of the Olympics that two of the finalists were in? They made it to the last episode and they're not even there to know what, they don't really get asked a ton of questions. They're just kind of over there for some facial reactions for the majority of the time. But I'm like, I don't know, I maybe wanted to hear a little bit more from them or have them interact with the other cast. And I'm like, guys, why are we planning this? You knew this from the moment when you casted them.
Here's the thing. Everyone who watched Traitors now has stakes in the Olympics because
you want to see
and Tara and Johnny, as poor as their game was sometimes, I think that they were clearly one of the highlights of this season because we had a secret alliance that we as the audience got to see that no one else did. We got to see an actual storyline progress on the faithful end, and then they played a huge part in the finale and in the last couple episodes when they outed their alliance.
I like them as people. I like watching them interact as people.
And they're fun to watch at the Olympics. Like I paid attention to them because I've been covering them on the show as well. And that gets the people who watch Traitors to tune into the Olympics. Mm-hmm. Just we're spreading those ratings around. I don't think that someone who knows Tara and Johnny from the Olympics is going to tune into just the Traitors finale, right? you've already got your ratings for the finale set or for the reunion set because you've got everyone who's watched this entire season. So I think that's why they don't really care about having them in the same space. And I will say, there's one moment that is only achieved by them being separated from everyone else, and I will call that out when we get there because I know we'll get there. But the hardest I laughed during the reunion is a direct result of this choice made by the production team. But we still have to attack them at least once per episode. We do kind of start things off with Rob and just like, hey, Rob, you did it. How'd you do it? And this is where Rob honestly kind of let me down.
Yeah.
Because Rob just goes, hey, I just got lucky. And I'm like, first of all, like, you don't have to play the humble guy anymore. You won the money. You played the game. Everyone loves you. Like, the whole audience is rooting for you. And I wanted him to lay out all of the moves that he made. I wanted him to talk about, like, he says, yeah, I'm strategic, but like, you know, there's no jury in Traitors, but I want him to say, yeah, I got all the gamers out at the very beginning because I knew that they were going to be a threat. I played Maura. I, you know, put the heat on Johnny and Tara. I killed Colton, my ally. Like, I wanted all of that to be spelled out. I wanted him to brag a little more.
So I'm going to contradict myself here a little bit. In what I say, I was like, well, maybe because he just wants it to be over, right? Because he says he just wants to live a quiet life. He wants to have a farm with some kids. He just wants to like drift off into reality TV, nothingness whisper, which Colton, if you're listening, take some notes from Rob because we love Rob and we want to see him on our screens. And he's the one that wants to drift off into nothingness, but it should be you, Colton. So figure that out. We need to swap those roles there. But I was like, well, maybe that's why. Maybe he's responding that way because he's like, you know what? The game's over. I got my money. It really doesn't matter anymore. I just want to move on. But this man, if you go to his social media account, he has 1.8 million followers. He is a, you know, moving up from like a C to B-list type, maybe almost A-list celebrity. Like we're jumping tiers now in celebrity status. And like one of his most recent posts, he's like, it's a collaborative post with like GQ. He's doing like a promo video with like kind bars.
Oh yeah, okay.
I'm like, this nowhere says I'm taking it slow and gonna drift into nothing.
Yeah, I think it's all an act.
Right?
I do believe that maybe that's what he wants his life to be, but you're still going to be a TV guy while living on a farm. You're going to become Rob living on the farm as an influencer. Right.
But it sounds like right now, like from his initial take was like, oh, I'm done with TV. Like this was my like grand finale almost. But I'm like, no, it isn't. You're on GQ with your little snakes all over you. So I don't think so. But he does say he owes, and everyone in the cast kind of holds him accountable to this. He owes Maura a Birkin bag. Which these bags are not cheap. They mentioned on the show like $10K. That's like entry level, quote unquote, shitty version of the Birkin bag. Like a good, decent Birkin bag is $30K. And she even mentions this too, trying to milk him for it. And I even made a joke before I knew the Birkin bag thing. I was like, Rob, you better buy Maura a diamond tennis bracelet and take her on a good ass vacation.
One of my favorite things about the reunion is keeping them all separate for a duration where we see some of the group is out with Andy being interviewed, like all of the traitors from the season and Maura. And then we see the rest of the cast in a separate room, all watching on a big screen in their, you know, at like their banquet tables, cocktail tables. And they're talking about this Birkin bag and it cuts back. I just love like the peanut gallery moments. And it cuts back. And I think Tiffany goes like, fuck a bag. And then someone else goes, he can't even buy a shirt. Cause he's wearing like his, you know, fuzzy tank top underneath his sports jacket. Dude, I love those moments throughout this finale. We get a bunch of like Rappaport commentary as well. The reunion is formatted very well and it keeps it interesting.
But while we're on the like kind of Maura story, we can kind of wrap this whole specific portion up. They asked Tara about like how it went down with like Maura and her, and like Tara's basically guilting Maura for not trusting them. I was like, dude, this girl lost the money. We also learned she loses the man. She's probably not going to get her Birkin. And Now she's getting guilt tripped by Tara for not like trusting her.
Dude, I couldn't believe that Tara was busting her balls that
I know.
badly. She looked so dejected afterwards.
And then Andy over there is like basically like, Maura, you want to be with Rob? And Mara's like, well,
so evil.
Well, he can get me my Birkin and then we can talk. Basically, like, he needs to apologize to me somehow and then maybe I'll let him hit again. And I say again, because you cannot convince me that they were not convincing me even when he was asking them if they hooked up in the Traitors.
Let's get
like
into
not. And so Andy's like, okay, great answer. And he looks over and he's like, Rob, like basically, what do you think of that? And Rob's like, I have a girlfriend.
Dude.
And he says that he's been dating her for like 2 months. And I just got the biggest douche chills from that. And he basically just spit right in Mara's open eye.
So brutal.
So
for
brutal.
Maura.
Yeah.
And yeah, it just says, nope, I'm actually good on all accounts. And maybe she'll get her bag so that I don't look like a complete and total monster.
Also, if I'm the new girlfriend, I'm like, you are not giving someone else that you met and you spent time with for 3 weeks a $30,000 bag. I don't think so. This is, if he's actually looking at this girlfriend from like a, you know, she could be the one perspective, I'd be like, you are not going to give our nest egg away, pun intended there, nest egg, to some rando, basically, right? So I don't think Mara's going to get her Birkin bag. But one other thing that I kind of want to point out here is in this moment, I didn't really like Andy. I was like, and it's not for the questioning thing. He then goes over to Rob because he's like, oh, you have a girlfriend for how long? And Rob's like, 2 months. I've been dating her. Right. So he basically starts dating someone right as Traitors is premiering. Mm-hmm. And Andy goes, what? You're like the best, you know, America's sweetheart.
America's heartthrob. Yeah,
America's heartthrob. And you're going to go lock yourself down? Honestly, fuck you, Andy. Fuck you for that comment, because people want to talk about Rob being misogynistic. That's a fucking misogynistic comment right there. Because if it was turned around and some hot girl won and now she has a boyfriend, the question would be, oh, so-and-so, do you think winning Traitors helped you get a boyfriend? That's what that question would be. It wouldn't be, oh, so-and-so, you out there slutting it up? No, because girls can't be sluts. Only guys can. So Andy was shocked that Rob wasn't out there getting his pussy from winning the show and being on the show. So I just want to say fuck you, Andy, for asking that question, because I saw right through it and it would not have been the same should a single hot woman won the show. It would be, congrats, you won the show. And because you won the show is the reason that you were able to nail down a boyfriend. So fuck you. I hated that.
I mean, undeniable that the whole viewing audience is all like steamed for Rob.
No, so am I. Yeah. That's the thing too. But I just didn't like the way that question was answered. I thought it was so deeply rooted in misogyny that I couldn't like, we're asking Rob, why do you have a girlfriend when you could just get your dick wet from any woman? But if a woman were to win this season the way that he did, that would not be the way that the question is framed and answered.
Is anyone else throwing heat at Andy for that?
No, this is my personal heat. I haven't seen anything on this. I was just wondering
if like other people were.
No, I haven't seen anything reporting on that specifically. It kind of pissed me off, and at that point I kind of checked out. I was like, "Fuck you, Andy. Fuck you, and anything else you have to say the rest of this reunion show."
I will say the reunion needs to be 40 minutes, not an hour.
As we go in an hour.
Yeah, but this is good radio. Yeah. I ate 9 eggs and a hash brown. And this is hard-hitting journalism, baby. This isn't peacock fluff.
This is true. But at this point, I'm looking at Maura sitting there in her reunion fit, and I'm like, girl, you chopped all your bangs off. She's got this like really rough bang chop in this like hat, I guess. It's more of like a saucer sitting on her head. She's got this rough kind of bang haircut. She just got screwed out of a win from the Traitors. She got no money. She has no chance of getting Rob back because he has a girlfriend, and she's probably not going to get her Birkin bag. I'm like, someone needs to check on her and keep her away from Bridges, because we saw what happened when Brittany cut all of her hair off, and Maura, the haircut is worrying me just a little bit. But the show wanted to give something back to Maura. They manufactured this whole award thing as best dressed, and they did it in order to tee up and give Maura an award. She got a little golden traitor statue and a little envelope, a stamped envelope that said that she was the winner of best dressed, which I think we could give her that for sure. The hats were a little funny and ridiculous, but she put the effort in. She did her own hair and makeup the whole time, and she did have a good fit look every episode. So I was also glad to see that Maura won something.
It was a participation trophy, but at least it was rooted in something that we could all actually applaud.
Yeah, but I was expecting more awards to go on, and that was it.
Well, that's why it's a, like, I'm not shitting on Maura by saying that. That's what makes it a participation trophy.
Oh, yeah.
She's the only one that got one.
Right. And even before she was awarded that, I look over at you and you're like, please let it be Maura. After all of this, don't tee her up and not let her get anything. And that production would have done her so dirty if they did not give that to her. So I'm just happy that she got a little something for her troubles of being on the Traitors.
We don't want to spend, we're not going to do every single moment in question from the reunion, because it does get a little repetitive, and I'm in pain. But before we get to probably the most dramatic moment of the reunion, which is Colton, Lisa versus Colton, Candace's comments, etc., allow me to be vindicated.
Okay.
I am selfish. I am wrong. I am right. Swear I'm right. Swear I've known it all along. I am flawed, but I am cleaning up so well. Andy Cohen looks into the camera, into whatever the fucking Skype link is that's got the feed in Milan, and asks Johnny Weir, what were you doing out in the marsh taking so long to collect all those skulls?
Matt has been waiting for that moment to be brought back up, to come full circle. He thought that was going to be a telling sign for Eric or whomever to tee up Johnny as a scapegoat traitor, and it never happened, but Matt got it in the reunion.
I'm just glad someone fucking mentioned it once. And that's storytelling, baby. That's it. That's your reward as the listener.
Yeah, Matt has been having
I'm glad my question made it in.
Yeah, a half heart on the whole time we've been doing this, trying to get that moment brought up, and it sprung when he asked that question.
So let's, before we have a nice way to wrap up the show, let's talk about the one dark part of this reunion, tied into the darkest part of the whole season, which is Colton Underwood.
Right.
And we've done the bit. We've talked about his past. He sucks.
This will be the very last thing I ever say about this man.
We don't think that he should have been on Traitors because, and you know, if you break it down, like, there's problematic, et cetera, like the difference between Colton and other people who you could call problematic that have been on shows or whatever, like, we're not out to, like, we're not on crusades here, but
speak for yourself.
The dude allegedly did something that, like, hurt other people. Like, that's the thing. Is
right.
like crimes allegedly were committed,
and
like
allegedly premeditated, thought out, intricate. This wasn't just like that's a bad example that I was gonna say, but like it.
What the fuck is that?
I don't know.
Is that in our backyard? Go look. It sounds like there's 90 children screaming right behind our window. Are they next door? Yeah. What is it? Oh, is it like a birthday party? You're playing around? Tell them to shut up. We're doing a podcast. I'm eating eggs in here. All right, we can keep going.
Sorry. You might
we don't have to take that out. No, we're good.
Okay.
What were we saying? Oh, yeah. He's bad. He sucks. Fuck him. Dude, he's never. We haven't really been able to find, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Accountability through all of this.
Well, he sometimes tries to take accountability, but it's like immediately negated.
And I
somehow.
have something on that, but let's try to go in chronological order.
So Lisa basically tells Andy, I'm taking over, I'm asking questions now. And are you going for the last hash brown over here?
I don't want to waste food. Oh, it's cold.
Oh, you can heat it back up. Okay, we're gonna just go. Okay.
Fun.
Matt's eaten a whole meal and his whole weekly intake of eggs today. But we have Lisa telling Andy to basically hold her beer because she has questions to ask and he doesn't need to ask anymore right now. And she asks Colton, what did he mean by taking her hostage? And this is very specific and calling back to him being an alleged stalker. That's what's happening right now, right? And he just talks about, he goes, basically he brushes it off like, oh, it's in the context of the game. Lisa, you said you wanted to slit my throat in the turret, which, by the way, he had that in his back pocket. He was waiting.
Yeah, he did.
He was waiting for her to say something to him. I get.
If anyone else said, he said that, and I'm like, fair point, if you are keeping it within the explanation that this is all game talk.
But guess what? Lisa wasn't accused of slitting someone's throat before.
I would keep the violent language to a 0 if I had a controversial history.
And so, he kind of explains around that. He calls this the most horrible moment of his life, the him and Cassie scandal, right? And I'm like, sir, you caused it. You caused this moment. You caused it. And he's just shocked that his past would be brought into this game. And I'm like, hold on, sir, hold on. Are you mad that, well, looky here, if it isn't the consequences of my own actions catching up with me? Well, what do you mean?
Here's the deal is, there's, we have a social contract where through the right choices, people can earn forgiveness, second chances, whatever. But here's the issue is that Colton spends all this time talking about this dark time in his life where he even says, I made decisions, and it doesn't go any further than that, but there's no expression of
malicious.
There's no expression of regret or remorse. There's nothing saying I'm ashamed. I feel regret. You're just citing something shitty that happened that you were a part of.
He sits there and kind of acts sheepish, and he plays with his wedding band, and he's a little nervous, so we should feel compassion towards him. Anyway, he put out a whole Vanity Fair article where they interviewed him, and he actually spoke about the Cassie stuff. And he basically says, I understand why people are feeling this way. But then a sentence or two later, he's like, but I just don't get why it's all still hung up on me. I'm like, dude, because you're a fucking creep and we want you off our TV. So yeah. He constantly negates himself. He constantly starts trying to make a good statement, and then he automatically just crashes it down.
And you know why I think that is? I think Colton is treating this like a PR situation.
Yes, he is.
This is not PR, dude. This is
someone's real life.
Yeah, something happened. You shouldn't be talking to a crisis management team, a PR team. You should be talking to I don't know, a mediator or something who can help you find the words to express regret and remorse publicly and not think about what's next for me in television.
Right. That's exactly what he does.
You can't, because what this is trying to kind of patch something while thinking about what's next in your, and if you want to, anyone can try and make a TV career for themselves, and it works out better for some people than others for a number of reasons that could include what you've been accused of or what you've been guilty of in the past.
And I promise you, this will be the last show that I ever watch him on. The last show. I don't care what it is. I'm not watching him again. If he's on Survivor, if he's on Big Brother, I don't give a fuck. I'm not watching it. This is the last time I'm talking about him ever. And I will leave everyone with this as the final thing I will ever say about Colton Underwood. Fuck you, Colton Underwood, and drift into nothingness. Okay, we may resume the continuation of our reunion talk. That was pretty much it. I mean, Candace accused Rob and Colton of cheating a little bit. maybe telling Colton that he,
This is Candace.
Candace was a traitor.
This is Candace grasping.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he did, or maybe gave a look. Colton kept saying that, he wanted to be recruited. He knew he had to be recruited, and that was sus to me. That was the telling factor, because never, not once during the actual show did he say he wanted to be recruited. So I was like, you're a fucking liar, and you're helping Rob cover his tracks. I think something was maybe a little said or hinted at. Maybe he didn't outright say it. Maybe he took something that Rob said out of context a little bit, or inflated it in his mind in hindsight, now knowing that Rob was a traitor and that he was being played by Rob the whole time. Maybe he went back to a conversation and Rob alluded to maybe Candace could be a traitor, but Colton took it as, oh no, Rob told me that Candace was a traitor, so that meant Candace was a traitor and so was Rob. I think it was like misconstrued in hindsight.
Yeah, I think it's Candace grasping, trying to stay relevant in a game that she exited early. I get it, but at the same time, dude, just let it go. Like
your reality TV career, let it go. Yeah. Bye.
Once you're
Bye.
out, like that is it. I know, like, press
Bye.
after getting kicked off of the show is a big part of all of this, but like, keep it to the gameplay, dude. Keep it to like the personalities. Like, this accusation of cheating, I don't know, man. Like, unless you have something concrete, I don't think you should bring it up, because you're just gonna look like an asshole. And I think that's what Candace is doing here. And I think that she might even be jumping on the hate for Colton and using that as like a vehicle. Yeah. Like, if I bring in the most controversial person, maybe this will elevate my pitch or my accusation. So I want to point out, though, in this moment when Colton and Lisa are going back and forth with each other, and it's the most uncomfortable for everyone, we get a cut back to Johnny and Tara in Milan, both looking at the monitor like their mouths are, their eyes are, they're both like wincing a little bit. They're both like, what the fuck, dude? And I have to find like the still of it. If you go back, they only show them like once during that whole interaction. Laughed with my teeth out. So fucking funny.
Like, what the fuck is going on? We're glad we're not there. And they even kind of said that they were like, the Olympics is pressure, but like that looks like a lot of pressure over there too. I was going to say one other thing that we got. We finally get down to mentioning Taylor. Andy asks her a point blank question. We know that Taylor Swift is watching along with us. The viewer audience at home, she is one of us.
Yay.
She is watching. She loves the shows. Her family loves the shows.
Yay.
Cool. Okay, cool. And then the one last thing that I want to mention about the reunion and kind of some aftermath. So we get Monet Exchange talking about the premiere party at the Abbey in LA. And I found this particularly interesting because Lisa went on like a Good Morning New York show or something like that. She has a book out, kind of like a tell-all book about her career and her human experience. And in that interview, she says for fact that she was roofied at the premiere party of the Traitors at the Abbey in LA, which is apparently kind of like this notorious, club for the celebrities and the elites. And this is something that has happened a lot. Like, there are a lot of reported cases of people being roofied at this club or bar or nightlife venue. And they were like, oh my God, are you serious? And she's like, yeah, I went and got tested and I came back positive for fentanyl. She had fentanyl in her system.
Yeah, that's fucking scary, dude.
And she basically was like, I don't want to talk a lot about it because my team and I are still like, it's still under investigation. We're still working through it. And like, I don't want to like really say anything else. But yes, for a fact, I was roofied and drugged at the premiere of the Traitors party. And I only want to bring that up because it happened at the Traitors event that the cast went to. Yeah. This wasn't just like some random party that she went to and, was off by herself. Like, this was for the event. So I want to kind of know what Traitors is going to do about that too. I mean, I don't think it was maybe an official sponsored event from Peacock, from NBC.
And we're not even implying that it's like a fellow cast member that was responsible for that. But it's like, pretty interesting and scary news that's directly associated with the show. Which is
Yeah,
why we're bringing
absolutely.
it
Like
up.
she could have fucking died from that. And I just hope that she's okay and that her team continues to fight this and we are able to have some justice for her for sure moving forward from this heinous act committed against her.
Thus concludes our coverage of the Traitors U.S. Season 4 on Backdoors and Blindsides. I think it was an 11-episode season for us.
What a ride.
Really fun to cover Traitors. So easy to do. I think that a lot of people tuned into our show for the first time because of Traitors. Stick around. We are starting our coverage of Survivor 50 this week. It's all returning players, so everyone has a history. There are already relationships and enemies that exist within this group of 20-something people who are going to be fighting it out for what they're calling the historic season of Survivor. So that will continue. We're going to drop the recap on episode 1, including a little like meet the cast in the next couple of days. Then we'll be caught up doing it weekly with their release schedule of the episodes on Wednesdays. And if you still can't get enough of Backdoors and Blindsides, we do have a back catalog. If you want to do a little prerequisite homework, we just wrapped up Survivor 49. There's a full recap of that in our feed, as well as Big Brother 27. And we have all of that available for you wherever you get your podcasts. And check out the YouTube page if you want to watch me tackle this disgusting endeavor.
How do you feel now, by the way, after eating 9 eggs? You've gotten a little quiet period.
I need
since
to
you've had
undo the
sides of your
sides. I can't
overalls.
do that on camera. That's not flattering at all.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think I'm going to feel worse as time progresses.
Okay, well now I'm hungry, and so you need to take me somewhere to eat.
I'll go somewhere that has probiotics.
Okay.
Whatever they offer.
Take us home one more time, babe.
For the very last time this season, whether you like it in the castle, like me,
or you like it in the turret, like me,
however you like your game played, true faithfuls and master traders are always taken care of here on Backdoors and Blindsides.